Hi, and welcome to Randall's Log, Video 8. I'm Randall Armstrong. Today's date is January 8th, 2017. So, what did I do today? I woke up and kind of just started to get ready. Today was supposed to be dodgeball. Got to hang out with Mike Reed. It was pretty cool. It was over at Al Lopez Park. I haven't been there in years. Like a dummy, I didn't record any videos. Partially because we actually didn't end up playing dodgeball. Because it was so cold. I believe a bunch of people canceled. A bunch of people were like, it's too cold, or oh, something came up. So there was only like 3 or 4 of us, but which was great because it gave me an opportunity to talk to Mike about acting and stuff like that. What's needed and what he recommends, and a little bit about his experiences and who he goes through, and where to get classes and stuff like that. So I told him, hey, my memory's horrible, so I'm not going to remember everything. So I told him, I'd message him, and then hopefully he can just message me back like all the stuff he told me today. So, but it was fun. Yeah, it was fun just getting to hang out and talk, and I look forward to hanging out with Mike again down the road. I know he wants to make dodgeball a regular thing, so I'm sure that next time the weather it's not as cold outside, I'm sure next time more people will show up and we'll actually play. Probably need to invest in getting nets, because over at the park, it's just open field. So obviously if you throw the ball at somebody and you dodge it, it's gonna go like 20, 30 feet. You gotta run out there and grab the balls. Today wasn't a very productive day. Again, sorry. At least I caught up on Lucifer. I caught up on the show, finally. So now I can delete all the episodes that I have on my DVR, which is actually kind of on my list of things to do, clear out the DVR. The show is so good. So good. I felt like the second season, it started off good, but then it started to slow down. And then, but it was like I mentioned before, like episode 5, once that hit, it just took off. It's just been, the show is probably a lot easier to watch when you binge watch it. Thankfully, if you have through your cable provider, if you have an Xbox, I don't know about the PlayStation 4, but on the Xbox One, there's the Fox app. I downloaded the Fox app, put in my information through my cable provider, which is Frontier, and I was able to watch. They have all 10 episodes. Yes, there's commercials. That's part of being able to watch it for free. But you can go on to the Fox app through Xbox One S or Xbox One and go through there, man. That's how I did it. I watched, even though I had like 4 or 5 of the last episodes, I was already on my Xbox, and I would just go to the next episode and go through the commercials, which is fine. I don't mind waiting for commercials because that gives me a break from watching the show, and I jump on my iPod and I usually go through Facebook and see what's going on, what are other people up to. So that's probably the most productive thing I did today, was I caught up on Lucifer. I love my television shows. I love them. I have so much more to catch up on. I'm trying to download some first season of Preacher. I only caught the first episode of Preacher, and somehow, I just was never able to catch up. And which is, I've wanted a Preacher show for years, so I feel bad for watching that first episode and never watching the other episodes and catch up and finishing off the season. But that's on my to-do list. There's that. Still have Walking Dead I need to watch. Got to catch up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So many TV shows. Speaking of TV shows, very happy news on Facebook. They mentioned all the DC TV shows have been renewed for another season, which is good because I was a little worried that DC Legends of Tomorrow, I had heard that the ratings were not as good this season as last season, and they were the lowest of all 3 shows. I think is the lowest ratings. That's from what I heard. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I was worried that it's not going to get another season. But nope. Just waiting to hear back, waiting to hear about if Riverdale is going to get a second season, and waiting to hear if iZombie is going to get a third season. That's another show I have to catch up on. I have all of second season of iZombie I need to watch. You know what? I'll probably make that the next show I'm going to start watching because now that we're in January, iZombie should be premiering soon, I think. I got to find out when the premiere date is on that. Very good show. It's Rose McIva, the whole cast, everybody on it. It's a very entertaining show. If you're bored and you're looking for a show to watch, go on Netflix. iZombie seasons 1 and 2. They're on there. They're great. Well, season 1 I can speak is great. A couple episodes of season 2 I watched and then I fell behind. I got it. Too many shows. Too many shows. Anyways, that's the one proud thing I'm about. That's the one thing I'm proud about today is that I watched Lucifer and I'm caught up. So I did that. Shredded some more papers. Envelopes. I have to shred all those because it has our address on it. I emptied out a box, which is good. Downloaded some more soundtracks. I actually took a nap. After I finished Lucifer, I tried watching one of the Simpsons episodes, the Treehouse of Horror, and which I enjoyed. It was fun. I always loved like the parodies and stuff they were doing. Oh, they do. And somewhere along that episode, I dozed off. I had a dream. I don't know if I feel like talking about the dream. It was just weird. Nothing like super weird. It's just, I felt like I was kind of like back in school again. My old teacher, friend who passed away years ago, Mr. Simmons, he was in the dream. And he was like preparing. I used to help him out a lot. If there was like something going on, he'd like, do me a favor, do this, or grab, hold this for me. God, no, that sounds so bad. I just helped him out with whatever he needed. And he was my course teacher. So it was for like events or for like whatever we were preparing for. And so anyways, I guess there's this guy that's kind of like inspecting. And I wasn't sure, I can't remember in the dream or not if they got along or not. And I was interacting with both of them, and it was just weird. It was just weird. It's always weird to see somebody who you care about who's passed away. It's always weird to see them in a dream. So it was just one of those like hard to explain, hard to describe. But anyways, I mean that was it. Nothing crazy, like I said, nothing weird in the dream. It was just yeah, I tried to look for the good in everything. Even on days that I feel like that aren't very productive, even though I feel like I didn't do a lot, I try to point out like, at least this happened or at least that happened, It's one small step, and I forgot to mention Patrick Sheehan. I'm horrible with names. But anyways, Pat, who I mentioned before in the other videos, he's also an actor and he's working and getting into acting. I forgot that he has a YouTube page. He has a YouTube video. Or YouTube videos, he has a YouTube page. I subscribed to that tonight to, show my support. He also has a Facebook page, PMS TV. Is it Patrick Michael Sheehan? He abbreviated his name, his initial. He used his initials, and it's PMS TV. It's fun. I commented on his Facebook page. I'm like, I want to see some more videos, man. So yeah, that's about it. Nothing too crazy. Watched Lucifer. Went out for dodgeball. Took a nap. Woke up. Worked on some papers. Shredded some papers. downloaded some music. Um, it's always nice to get new music to listen to, kind of like get your day going or whatever. So that's about it. Sorry, no exciting videos, no exciting stuff happening. Just another day. But it's okay though. I making connections. Oh, I love showing this off. The Superman band. It's one of my favorites. I had like a small one. I still have the small one somewhere. It said Man of Steel, but it started to fade away. And I saw this, and this is great. It's a big size, stands out. I love Superman. I'm probably gonna say that in every video for the next 300 days. Can you imagine if I keep doing these videos, and 2018? That means I will have like 364 videos at least, because I plan to do other videos and do other segments. I'm going to do the TV talk. I'm going to work towards that. What I should do is I should get a notepad and start writing out what I want to do, like I mentioned before. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take more of a priority. This weekend or these past several days has been more about me going out and hanging out with friends and catching up with people. And so now I need to get back to working on more papers, working on more on my list, educating and teaching myself, learning new skills. That's the plan for this week. I'm hoping Wednesday, me and Marco, I get to introduce you to Marco. If he is okay with it. Not everybody likes to be recorded. Not everybody's comfortable. I'm not always comfortable. A lot of times people are concerned with the way they look, their image. For years I've been overweight. For years I've been a lot heavier than I've wanted to be. That's kind of the reason why I didn't do the videos last year. Even though I wanted to, I was just like, And I've dropped some weight, but I'm still overweight, so I'm still not as comfortable being recorded, being on screen. I'm sharing that with you. This is my kind of like a journal, my log. So I like sharing. I like being able to let people know who I am, what kind of person I am, so they understand me. Not everybody likes me. It is what it is. I don't like having conflict with other people. I don't like having problems with other people. I never have. I've always wanted to be nice to everybody. When I was a kid, I used to go to church a lot. And I remember being picked on and always being angry as a kid. Like, I just didn't like it. And, but I remember when I was in church, I was like, okay, let me actually listen to what they're saying in church. I kind of went to church because it was like one of those like, oh, you have to go to church. So I'm like, okay. Literally in church, when I was a lot younger, I was just so bored. I was just like, I kept looking at the clock. I kept thinking to myself, sweet, 3 hours to go. And then it was like 2 hours to go, 1 hour to go. Cool. Now I can go home and watch cartoons, or I can go home and do something. Because it's the weekend, you want to, when you have school and then you have your weekend, you want to have fun. You want to just relax. You don't want to. Anyways, I remember having problems. And so I finally kind of like started to listen to some of the lessons in church. And one of the lessons I remember was make your enemies your friends. So the kids that I felt like that picked on me and the kids that gave me a hard time, instead of drawing conflict towards them, I complimented them, and I tried to be funny and I tried to like joke around. And I think eventually they stopped making fun of me and they kind of just accepted me like, okay, cool, I think they started to feel bad. Like, it's so funny, like, how weird is it that you would insult somebody and that same person that you insulted compliments you, right? It makes them think like, wow, I'm the asshole here. Like, I'm the one insulting you and all you ever do is say nice things about me. It's like, people start to feel guilty, I guess, or they start to feel bad. They start to question themselves. They second guess themselves, and then before you know it, they're like, you know what? This guy's being nice to me. I'm going to be nice right back to him. I'm not going to make fun of this guy anymore. And that's ultimately what happened. And it worked out. So I learned something valuable. Now I don't always follow that lesson. I've grown to the point where if I'm now at the point in my life where if I have an issue or a problem with somebody and I end up not liking the person or the person ends up not liking me, my go-to thing that I usually do is I stop talking to them. Because I feel like every time I attempt to talk with that person, it leads to either an argument or an uncomfortable situation. And a lot of times too, like they'll give me a hard time, and I'm just like, I figure maybe if I don't talk to them and I leave them alone, they'll leave me alone. They'll move on and they'll pick on somebody else, or they'll their attitude will change. Whatever. Doesn't work with everybody. Doesn't work with everybody. There's some people that are just sadistic. They have they thrive on trying to push your buttons and make you angry and get a reaction out of you. So I had somebody like that last year. So happy that they're gone. They're out of my life. So happy. So that's my big thing now also is that, if I have issues or problems with anybody, I've learned in life that if you hang out with good people, good things will happen to you. If you hang out with bad people, bad things will happen to you. So get rid of the bad people in your life. You have the power to do that. Sometimes you don't always have the power to do that. Like if you have a job and you work and you have a conflict or issue with somebody at work, you kind of have no choice but to overcome that and, just work, focus on your job, ignore the person. And it's very difficult to do that. I've been challenged a lot. But it doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter. And you know what? Sometimes in situations like that, even if you're dealing with somebody like that at work, you could always find another job. It's not always the idea. It's not everybody wants to do that. Sometimes you have a job that you really like, and you're like, I don't want to, I don't want to leave this job. Like, I like the money I'm being paid, or I like the work environment, I like the other people that I'm working with, but you have the power to make changes in your life. Sometimes it's a crappy situation, but you have the power to, you have the power to leave. You're not stuck. Don't ever feel like you're stuck. Don't ever feel like you can't do anything. You can. You just have to figure out what you want, break down how you're going to get what you want, what you need, and build a strategy. So I'm trying to do more of that in my life. I want to be financially successful. That's one of the big ones. I figure if I become financially successful, then I can eliminate the majority of the stress in life, because that's the thing is like, the two most important things in your life, I think, are your health and, your loved ones, your family, your friends. But I mean, everybody needs to have a place to stay. Everybody needs a place to live. So, you gotta work to do that. Unfortunately, the way the economy is, the way businesses are, politics, everything involved, it's not as easy as it used to be. You can't just go and get a job, and people are struggling to find jobs. More importantly, they're struggling to find good paying jobs because it's expensive. Depending on where you go and where you live, it's expensive to live there. I'm very fortunate that my mom, Esther, one of my moms, I'm very fortunate that she's able to help me and provide a place for me to stay and provide food. I'm so blessed and so happy and so appreciative. And so usually anything that she needs me to do, even if I feel like it's an inconvenience to me, I don't care. I drop what I'm doing and I say, okay, whatever you need, whatever you want. It's the least I can do. It is the least I can do. Learn to appreciate people around you. Take the time to realize, hey, this person does this for me. Show your gratitude. Even do something for them, even though you may not want to do it, but do it for them because it's your way of thanking them for all the good that they do for you in your life. I think people sometimes lose focus, they lose sight of all the good that they have and all the good that people give to them. And people forget to be appreciative, and people forget to, they just forget to show their appreciation. And I'm just very grateful. And with that mindset, I'm going to work a way to better my life and give back to my mom, to my friends, because my life is better with them, and I care about them very much. I'm getting real about who I am. So if you're watching this, thanks for watching. And yeah. Sorry, I'm not the greatest speaker. This is stuff that's literally just coming into my mind, and I'm just getting out there and I'm expressing. So let me go ahead and cut off this video. It ran longer than I wanted it to, 21 minutes. Thanks for supporting. Stay tuned. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not in a month. It's probably longer than that, but keep watching and watch how I'm going to get better, and things are going to get better, and you're going to just watch my life evolve. Like how cool would it be if I became like a multi-millionaire and like successful and well known. People can come back and watch these videos and be like, wow, this was Randall before all that success. I think that'd be really cool. So good night, and see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.